about the Blackstars. And now it was such a good win. Very, very good win. It was important to say Yebeshe. Na mu raise the point to say last time Ghana share 5. I mean 8 years a day. 8 years a day. And let me tell you something. That game, Richard Ofori in a that goal. Lumo Agbenyenu and a ball right back. You can imagine. Says our Harrison Affle and a ball left back. Says our Amatene John Boy and a ball 4 and 5. Thomas Partey is the only player I remember or parts of the team because Partey, Thomas Japan, Andre Dede Ayew, Samoa Jan, and Jamenamu the boy. Into that game, it is only Thomas Partey and the ball. The last 8 years game Ghana share 5 no and now ball. Jordan came from the bench. That's it.
The last time Ghana share 5 as a
5-0 and yeah 5 keke. 5-0 because 5 yes share kata. But this game was under Kwesi Appiah and he bought 5. I understand the conversation about Chad 4 and Nyade. But you see, my point is that some of the players, they've gone drought for a very, very long time. Boys need be share goals. It is the obeying share goals that you need such games to build their confidence. Games need to set Chad and they build the confidence. And some of the players are not Ghana for you worried. Make me worried. What will Shamo you worried? And they say, Antoine Semenyo, how are we going to get him the confidence back and not the ball? I want the club bomb off. Inaki Williams seems to be playing very well. How can we bring that confidence back? Not Inaki Abebo ball now as I said about because, for instance, Antoine Semenyo, he had gone 18 games without a goal. You can imagine. Striker, Blackstars.
In general, now 18 matches. In general, 19 game
Odinya go. Exactly.
18 matches in a dozen.
And also, the last was 2023 match against Angola.
Kudus 11. Kudus 11.
They say it's not no pre-Asha goal.
And one any break go be so that the confidence in Abba.
I agree. So for instance, on say play a bit to say Inaki know about 20 games. So I one goal for Blackstars. It was for yes, Chad are not doing well. But the game was very, very important to bring the confidence back. Point number 2 in a second. We needed goals. And none of you didn't come and say, a bedroom pepens will be, the conversation will be say, don't do a saying a washe. Because points in the same simple bubble boss, we'll get to a stage, the conversation will be say, okay, Ghana, Money Madagascar, Money Central African Republic, I want the same point. Goals in the saying. That will get the qualification. Maybe I tell you if I'll get the league table. Now you game in one kasa because we need to understand where we are heading towards. Nyamia Dumwa, Mali 4, Ebekwa Central African Republic, and Omako Akobo. Preferably Morocco na game in Bekoso. Omebos our game the first and Sunday Abebo game. In see, qualification. You need to be extremely intelligent in your calculations. Mali, ebe clear the end off. Before I boy a game against Madagascar. Madagascar for no, a tough. Where we are no, Ken, say it is quite obvious. Comoros for no, or Mobeshe. It's the Comoros 9. Would they already add the 3 points to them? Because Chad the obligation be. Internal question for the child say, any easy. Meaning, Ghana for do one few, so Ghana, you qualify, you show it. Please, because the child we have beaten, all the national teams will be them. And that is quite obvious. Maybe I'm waiting for the league table. No, it's here moving on, and also I'll have a conversation. Ken, and now line up a betoja, meaning Sana, we are surprised that me and me see hey, me who line up, me who Benjamin Asari. No, I was like, wow. That was the first word that came from my mouth. Wow. Not just say boy no onyadi because meeting yakasa Ghana the best 70%. Ya can Benjamin Asari some power has say boy no go now order wa hat to folk no. He needs to be called to the Blackstars. The last time I was saying he said, "Oh Olympics no. Mo Blackstar mo no. He was doing very well at Olympics. And Oba kesiem heart of folk no afa ebo no no kra san so akoso nti so obi yes ah ese so nya Blackstars call up ye kan ya na nansen omoma ne call up. One thing that got me excited ne say every pictures and videos of Blackstars bia no about bontin and na Benjamin Asari won bia no e kwan no fa so ne place ni deal as if say what's not Blackstars no over 5 years. How often do you see this? A local player. How often do you normally see that? Say a local player where a Blackstars camp. Now say Jordan, say one year Kudus so say Semenyo, these are guys me sure say Benjamin Asari weekend be because on the TV omo. But the way he was interacting with them, I want to say no, he's ready for the tax. Our experience.
Do baby na Ghana for be brave and kabia born about community men say be connection and come marry because I'm no holiday. But the confidence alone na enya bad. But could be over fire cross be by or so when say confidence or the so many. The channel say Ghana Madagascar we try the best take it to the same decision on Asari, you know, many also be ma keeper for phobia because ebe will be on one. Again, not test
exactly.
Who say or performing and when team performing. So what it means is that Madagascar game no better.
The channel say onya two scarce be ni na corner kicks. But could be team say on say normally the thing is that a local player waba among 4 person mo and na kabo ne ba no ho bebre a and oche na obebuild confidence na bo ne man ho inti Bobby bako e ba the young session and that was obvious say kwana bi bae and nka Benjamin Ampa was so be fa ball easy but he needed to or parry ball no ko and am so ball bio and on so yeah mistake third one na oche ni ko and the say yes the confidence is bad because goalkeeper said there we have ball bako mienu miensa ekon wo no oye okay that is all the confidence is there because he's already established that into I agree so unkomo na woni me di ni say Benjamin Asari when you test the bebre I because I will say the entire Blackstars team obi enu onya test Semenyo knows very well say you call aware nipa kro be gina ni nche no oye far better change for fullback no obi enya test but so far the kind of goalkeeping or die no me sure say Ghana for benya reshemu dia can say so come Madagascar ho now it's me have 1 or 2 saves while establishing ho because again one thing you need to notice is that Benjamin Asari onya kwada wada go na che or experience inti say dia can say obe building a confidence edum pempen so be then we are good to go now Ken I think say one other issue not the last time we were discussing say yes central midfield I'll come back to the individual games and players near there. Yes central midfield no yeah na a issue kakra because recent times me no want to bon komo de bia nyina no we come back to a sense consensus to say I say we seem to be have a problem say anything ketwe bia akoba chinchinia just about 2 defensive midfielders I didn't understand. It's throughout this week one of the conversations and I make can say me person who say Thomas Partey nko agina number 6 wo na nuama any Kudus and can who made for the because I have seen Otowado the first games of Blackstars or Boniama even as a false 9 Otto knows Niama
and Niama impressive impressive we go to cry for on your bad
and again and you say moving on games be able in central midfield because the style no the passing el central midfield they poor but when your team obesity deep when your team oba ofie no osrowa you need set play because Niama our ball carrying skills once a midfield no obiane in the profile Thomas Partey ne dey is onya space he controls the games he know where to position and I mean Tomia na onjina ball no so nche bebre and I was like wow say
but Enra only player no jump also che because Enra me sure say ade ba ko we try the players in the casa because Enra na contemporary obi ageba na o releasing ntem na omo nyina ball no so bebre and na game no so ye fast kakra compared to other games na we say ye ka say Chad ye week kakra but passing there and fan one so be week and so be week so share Chad game na we say ye jebo na pace credit pass ball no ekọ engineer ma aye players no obia obinya ball bia no nya space e de so ye you can catch say pass no e slow time a player and sabe ka ball no the space is need den akurusi en na e ma ye ball no left and right and no ma left and right ni bi em say Partey jeba no the command number 2 or jeba no the left side or no the ama aye left back no and no most of the passes ni na no forward passes.
And I'll give you one example to buttress your point. Gona and Extreme Marseille, you know. One with the pass from Gideon Mensah to Jordan. And Jordan, ne back healer or yeah. Because ideally, on a normal Ghana game, Sabona on Jordan, because Jordan Bejina so now was shielded and Sana wa 10. But born by an Jordan in an HE born in my next year. Exactly. Simple pass. If you delay 2 seconds, the opponents will close down. And now we're having this conversation. Players, you know, it is good that they say, you know, once they start moving the ball faster, because that pass now Jordan, you know, if Jordan had delayed, if he had controlled,
or control, I can say,
but quickly now Ojibo no Edibanichi, and yes, it is Chad, but at least. The ideas no cranny the bobo, and I think say that is alone enough. Now coming to the individual players. One another observation I had. Ken, me who say Jordan Peso taking responsibility be. And now yet you free bench. Quite on the boys na ti bench in air kasa no. Me tell who Jordan sa.
So don't kasa.
Aye. Bananze me who say Jordan akwe interview or joy. Me who say no. Nisa mempem wants some timid attitude. Now he's realizing say he's the captain, as I said, or stepping forward. I saw him interacting with the boys na what bench, you know. Now say me also game no more. He was just directing the boys. He was talking to them constantly. Constant free kick be better. Now I say munya say no I catch him say munya we be bo. But you say I see coaching on the pitch. And yes sir. Why you perfect?
Okay, free kickers and Kudus work on free kicks. So per se, or the kind of game now. Minimum same kind of game now. The ball in skill, dribbling, and pace, ne goals. But Mekaya, Messi free kick about around 2014 even. So Mekaya around 2010, 2011, 2012, and that free kick in any and kind of game. No, which team they can't game no. And I mean we saw Boba could be. Or your technique now. What you say on you be practicing. And so the kind of game now because free kick my goes. We are attacking me for that. Na and almost na football in a bit almost so. It's near my weight in the account numbers and on the back on no. One say all power. Kudus name we do or boss short or anything. A cop. And you say or pe goes to be a kind of ball no one. And no technique now the boy and so I'm saying yeah the mama.
South Africa
said you see ball on which I say only just say and can fan kind of ball on cry. It's moment baby obiano and say one area or the far away ball until constantly there be an idea unya time after training 30 minutes now o bonus waiting the baby you me and say yeah and I can ball no
I think that sim na nkasa no Ayana yim focus so much on set pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, the other say yim pia ball no, na yim create chances na yim conquest. But there are teams that more attention in focus on equal set pieces so because there one other avenue on a day opponent and be check tactics and system. I want to break the defensive line of the opponent no. Obetimi affair no so the anya goals. And never Arsenal last that say or employ a set piece coach. It is on who game. Now close it. Now making sure say on no need to be breaking through defensive line now at least or other avenues so betimi the anya goal. Them for so be no. I believe say one idea I want the whole team. Yem fire adwene nkoso. You focus ni nyina ye. Yem pass, yem weave through defense. Na yem create chances na yem share. But set piece so you one avenue I was a coach in any players in nyina. E more attention cause because betimi aboa ama on days our system and working no. Betimi for another angle and so the anya.
But biggie me some person raise the point be ba say. Normally national teams you know 2-3 days you are going to play a game.
Yeah.
Inti how well in a national team coaches able to know training or the techniques of free kick. So I think okay,
coaches in the job to see be so try to say be a 1 month to be a game against Chad. normally another coaches in almost videos omo edit videos edit more and videos no mo yama mo no de yama mo say ebia send mobile niema we na na pese yeden ye ana players na aware of niema omo pese omo yeden omo ye enti ni nyina no aya no omo de amom akwa remember say Ghana ye call kata ye penalties say 3 matches na ye be body nyina no na ye wo omo ye videos on 3 goalkeepers na ye be show omo Korea, Portugal and Uruguay omo ye nyina madidi.
So
first penalty taker or second penalty taker or any third or the videos to be a day at the moment. About analysis on especially games are others in a good deep. Indian fantasy before players in the background almost sending the money be a day at the moment. Now we shall be copying time because then our kind of time be a day. Anywhere between their training for set pieces.
I think second Wadaruma where I differ say one said the Okano this is how we want to approach the game.
Okay.
Ebia set pieces, be born star say. But the technique you will learn it from your club football because how the adaje. Me pa choti de bicho yase because senia ubegina free kick nechi at said the Kudus dey. I was surprised going for so ball no me yem say me. What I say, it's the technique ne dey. Say be club dey. When we training na, who the whole day to yourself, you can train. Into the technique you get it there. It's over hard. The coach will say, okay, yenya corner, and now yenya free kick, or righter. Jordan Nebebo. Name me a bad defenders, no. I was someone in Amujina say, into another how we are going to execute it. But the technique in the whole player, no. That is why I'm saying, say, yes, I agree with Biggie 100%. Muhammad Salisu go na ene buy. Say set pieces. Yeah. Exactly. Salisu is one guy of a ball soropa. Alexander Jiku a ball soropa. We have one or two Semenyo ball and first ofa Inaki niti eka. So we have players and witty eka. And one of those things and say we are coach. You realize okay. Say your players are born if you want or we are good at it. Jiko Semenyo Inaki Williams. Muhammad Salus, these are boys are born in the real Momoka. Into how are we going to help Blackstars get goals? Because any game Biana who will create chances. Into set pieces bar. No I shall squad name we say why name set pieces bopa, why name more dwa or bar or what the technique. Into I don't know some bar why be a 1 day training. Jordan and Nebebo, maybe a Kudus Nebebo. This is how we are going to do it. Yet central defenders, more attacking say.
Now,
so you train in there.
All your Blasters are decision. You say born or writer, our lefter, Jordan, our writer, Kudus. In terms of a free kick, in America once me and corner case, you know, not Jordan are taking charge. So what we're so far, your national team now, they were provoke across free kicks, you know, obey me a boy, Jordan side,
yeah,
because we kai Ghana, South Korea. Yeah, what kind of free kick in Obama Kudus Shana recently against Angola.
Long range, yeah, exactly.
But at least Bakum you be one area, you will good players or more that technique, at least you will two almost that technique. But in terms of yen shooting, Kudus issue two better chain all of our players. Demetri, what I say in terms of say boss shot number ball
in play. Yeah, exactly.
So on no moment say or this set piece in the day, or they can of ball, no, not or this art technique, no, at the ball because was our power no. Internal so obelene, ubistra technique in a crying. At the account, when your technique in area or power with that technique, and obey me, and your goals will be because you say one area you weak as a country, and of course, you about Nigeria, you bet me Kushia, Morocco, you bet me Kushia, Egypt, you bet most of the big countries, you know, open play go adding. So on the two top countries here, open play go adding. It is set pieces in there. So I see a free kicks and a corner kicks with that big guys now. War. Actually, even Thomas Partey so any heighter. What can bring me no
picture?
So what you know what?
Yeah.
Who know what TV so but only me credit now to say or watch me be what I say. You players who more against some so about them or more your height kakra. Intended so to other the camera because any day beyond the open play. My own is open play in high. It can't be a year goes in the be no. Enti omon fair on count. The only a year many issues. I acquire fast with tea.
set pieces.
Set pieces. You gain no. We set pieces in if you are na BBIS.
Mamenka kakrabinka. I think say swingers ne na yebo no it is. Oh say you mentioned yenya ball no free kick bi wo left wa. Say Jordan ko gina ho a oba e swinger. Me feel say out swinger mo a obi oba be execute with niti no ya na power no osoro.
Okay.
You understand my point?
Don't say the betcha until this all generative power.
Power will trim.
Other one
exactly. Exactly. It's a conversation. I'm sure. Say, Otto would take heed of it because she said big games, even top games. Arsenal and Real Madrid, but Arsenal power in higher set pieces.
And the best players, almost the Ghana for the Diomochi. Almost the Ghana for the support with this win. And can maybe a German can win when you news.
Yeah.
But because of performance and dropping into best Romo, say Ghana for the Diomochi and Momon sign Pamomo. Adiaba recently, Momo Pano. You call Mali and you in our fight. Buy a body Tiamali Shamalino, Ubia. And after Mali game, no, some of the results were buying. A some team no supporters in the year. If you know some form pictures, images in the Oman almost saw more. Na effect, touchlight. Big, na effect.
I agree.
It was very beautiful.
What I say, so, what the Twasso Madagascar, Nefi, a neighbor, what I say, but O court now, Sanko, Okoye, Kokwasa, and Yamatija. Na Nippon in Asia back, and now Udio Mochia, and Udio Mochia. I've been a president Kokachong now.
Kenana, last Nameka said, ye players in Indian tomb say, football, normally, and Kautibnia would be a chair. Now supporting and found money DBC. But you're part of the world, said you're supported ball different. Bro foot team, Bruchira. No matter what is going to happen, support any bufua or pen and paper and answer placard. No, I throw the one at Comaso. No, of course, you know, I hope the camera. But the end of the day, Nibufua, on Vanisika and Fakampo will be to get fear. On ma. No one can say when you was stadium. Obe ya placard there be placard no onko pebia onima de kro onfa nyehwe eti ye to di agro na chi abra success na eba eti players no so omo benya supporters de bia omo ba drag supporters ne ona ye mu bi de ye nsem tro for ye ti agro na se but enyo obi a na ti agro na se te seme enti de on ti ase te seme no so obetu adi wachi wo ye yafa mu wo ha de a je se wo hye ema no enti me supported the whole can say players ni hu the kind of support e buy you know no more fat support we you know and motivate you na dey be o make sure so mo better o best no ma kwa she and na last time the Nigeria the example no they went so low to the extent say o mo be free gate and nipa ma free gate o nipa ma supporters bofu but o mo share say so o mo hye no after the AFCON and then e bo bi o better adi bia supporters ne ba e ba be he
we are say I'm for buy best about between Komokakra and so therefore because stand by be wa nipa dey go chi na no munya be munko ni na no your stand be wa ya mani pa nyale ankotena because empayimfo ni say ho no and say enema bi nye kakra wan we okotena akofa atorenchen kesi bi ai
amukoyo
almost amukoyo
say nipa no dos
but young players
na just a minute about my supporters no conversation now more have no I think say after Chris Hughton Ghana football be full Blackstars pa when Otuado came obi anyone no GD say kwekwa shamali menye sure say na GD wo hosa time ya shamali pe an attention about Blackstars say ha yanko tanko fo ni chi against Central African Republic ideally a chroma say Central African Republic you know 4-3 a bad result too but we were happy because anye biano na a Chelsea Blackstars ebe we need 2 games at Waso and the confidence no I start to say about bring back the love amount for attention be the Blackstars no subebre yanko tar boys nechi ido they've disappointed us recently only for AFCON qualifiers to kill everything AFCON qualifiers I say BBR
now you're back on track again your top yen LED your group no with 12 points mo say age 13 yeah Morocco the answer amko now big countries you know so share listen, apart from Nigeria, Nigeria and started your more from Kakra, but all countries in our country now will be I guess falling in a
much strong power.
Will be a lead in the group.
Much strong power.
Younger winning Kakra because Enche, maybe doing Komo Kakra, a yellow card, but still on a Blackstars and players individually. You real players and you Benjamin Asaro on Komo Kakra.
So I think, sir, again, and averagely, you would want to score almost all of them above, pass mark.
About 7-8.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kingsley Schneidler, no, and he was okay. I think say cross now or the comma Inaki, no. It was a good cross, very very good cross, and a course Inaki. So Kingsley, there I think say the performance was not bad. When you any issues there are one of few times there. Chad for the far ball over the piano, and then I was telling you say Kingsley ball no say unya winger or attacking Bebriana or Brett. But a ball could tano. Na yenko enimudia or yade. Inti I'll give him a pass mark. I think 7 is okay because ball now boy I was okay with his performance. For Ubeka Bibiana,
I think the Mebona Basso on one thing. That's precise cross.
Yeah.
Our year for player friend saying Inaki a promise say so be go. But so be go no a team and a able. Someone who have to work for you to get Sago now be here no. And that cross because I'm paying baby I am not complaining. Yenya fullbacks baby akoku obebo cross no sorry to say you. I say Obama ni journey. Me you see the journey because omo na wo any Sudan for attend for no. But Nkonko locate a Blackstars player. But I know the precision how the ball crossed to locate Inaki Williams in the 18-yard area. I also connected very well. No? And he remember Kingsley about so he did well with that particular cross. And you're expecting more from him.
And I can be a question be say. On Kai the last time I got a fullback a year cross be apart from Gideon means Adiana. Here say Ken Madaroma and you've been answered and now.
Yamonabaso or idea. Idea Bakoma when he said and know him say Omuma sa we na Sunday my television as well. Time as across and ebane obey for players and our boss sorry.
Yeah.
Na Jordan ho. Na Inaki ho. Na Kudus. Everyone will boss and Antoine Semenyo. Inti some more numbers are. That is in the chances is a born baby.
Be simuni pass.
Be see nipa baako so no. E was so. But recently say why your games na. And no Inaki William share go be seen there was go. Inaki onya chances for Ghana and I wadwe so. Yen create chances and Bobby. My come asem we actually say yen strikers no. Na first striker how the beba Ghana untimi mo. The last 2 tournaments are some Mojan boy. And one your problems and start here.
EPA bar.
Or she just 2 goals to pay. One and they play wouldn't go show Ghana pa. And so time will be born and if you go so many day. Then one and he create chances. And I was so befa boy yana or Roma your friend say.
And if Felix Afenya Jan.
Felix Afenya Jan, you do baby no be bad player. You insist on the ball now, your bonoma, your strikers will be bad players. Including even Ghana need to make us say Inaki Crabo by him for so behind day. But Enra, Omuboba Copeneto, only baby or head about to
yeah.
But be an born neighbor. And or sign head the Bobby go keep on the fin over. And or sign head the call other side or these are players, we are top players. Sabon Tom Wenima, Omo Messi Bebre. So I feel like say yet to me critique enough. Others Omo JJ and Monombe goes to be Bramayo.
So Omo quality.
Yen creative Bebre.
Omo quality.
Omo quality. Omo goes to my intimate in a cabasso or promise say will deliver. When Timmy deliver crana and run in your bat or Muna idea. But quite fast so a head de bono. We are striker now we Ghana league no man now worry. Yen head inside fan for good and finfin. You go keep an neighbor.
So where the direction may be an air no. Exactly. You headed again back to that direction.
I think say you more in a cabasso.
So that's the goal then.
And a epemo.
Yeah.
What you say or head this you also be a co-straiter and can keep an a bit me stretch it. Or stretch a bianca and sadaka. But what was the city? I
think say we va Huanka disallowed because Kudus attempted. Kudus attempt to say or the knife like.
But still a defender.
No. Kudus was in an offside position. and he made that attempt. Oh, it's true, it's true. Wow, we need that Jeffrey game. No, listen to me, me Pachoti. Kudus was in an offside position.
And offside position, no. But we are not defender, the Jano Giant.
Defender no Kudus say, him I say. Kudus was in an offside position. Defender there.
Utimi Kokakra.
Jinamame. And I may say, the American won't say. It's been established to say Kudus was in an offside position. Pastor Cross neighbor bar. Inaki head no aposia no aposia man. It's an angle no. Oh no. No Kudus won him. Oh, you are watching this angle. I'm telling you, I've seen angles here. Why are you disputing me?
Angle. Okay, we're not head here into angle.
They have a crown of
it. Was say I feel no head.
My head in them.
Shall we be a defender in
If the I've seen say this angle some more angle
shadows na Kudus won him. Say Uhen say dia.
Let me see if I'll get better.
But say shadows na omusunsum na da form na dia. It looks like say na Kudus won him chain. A child defender.
Na what the sunsum here dey hu.
Me ba cho he enne aha say no.
The sunsum dey.
Ah, na
okay, go for the player na sunsum no.
Ono ne dey enne da ha say no.
Na Kudus sunsum.
Na Kudus dey ni.
Now the sunsum na dey ascend there pepepe.
Debi boss, enye pe.
Bigi when you hear na mai. What are you making?
Say we say betray me keke. Betray me keke. But I think it's good. Just like what you were saying, you know, say you cross the ball the bar. It is important as a Ghana Premier League players now motion. You know, so you have to head the ball back. And say as a goalkeeper, no. The ball. It sounds to see form so there.
But that technique, you know, and you'll be able to me. Because the ball was right, depends on the angle. You should be an Inaki Jinano. Height in our ball, a bar, you know. Nay, height be. Your height to be over to my head, yes, form. Height to be on to me head in C form. Height to be to my head, yes, form can be decided so become direct. It is already Nakia, we still see pinball. 1 year say or pinball is C form, or said us or pimiding. Yes, form.
Or cheddar.
Or shall I say or pimacy?
Or cheddar.
Because it's C form.
Yeah, it was a deliberate attempt. It was very, very deliberate attempt. I think Biggie Gideon Mensah will also what passing the mark. But Alexander Jikune
almost Jikune Salisudia no. Nina ba on players or more pace, and then I am be into almost okay. And then Radia Bakwana manager money say na almost passable in them between the two. Do a better born beer and a normal ball forward passes in one. So we are normal more left, right, and be non ball forward passes. So we will be a child for an intimate because I can't be a party fine feeling.
Yeah,
but now you share how senior different teams, you know, your passes in the BCI, BCI. Once I told be a passes, so what you may pass, and I say I am more. Once I run Thomas to care company. Or send a wingers, no. On expect so much bomb pass it. Or expect so much bar. They will
drive for Bonoco
on the dribble. And so we say for folding net, your friend is saying,
Jibon the
Bonoco, on pass. Was it wingers? We are drive.
Wingers are winger.
Kamadin.
Yeah.
Kamadin by me, we say, your Bakum you be a different in near my Bakum you be a different in but normally I may pass our players an offensive 10 or drive them or Jibon until you 1-2 now. Now, yeah, do boss.
Is it winger or lack of confidence and on Jibon while peso possible? At 5-0, about 71st minute, na Ghana pass ball no wichi. Otoado, me say oyin strata catcher ni defenders ni Thomas Partey mu say omo move ball ntam fa free or no mo se nko pem goals. Because at 5-0, na boys no I relax the crowd. But Otto wanted more.
And some of the professional players, and I know Omodwe Nema Bibre at 5-0. Obi the Thomas Partey, for instance. Obi slow game. They mention what I say. Obama game na emre, mommy and PP and ball. Chance about fine, chance about because maybe Nandes game is so much. Because it was game against Madagascar.
Oh, say the Bobby Trimuno say. Now boys, if you say it is okay. And me and you see energy ni bebre. Now, you share the next game.
But Otuado so say goals.
But Otuado so per more goals.
Because him say goals they be say it do baby a goals be decide.
Exactly. That is why Kamal Dean, Abu Francis, more boys nearby. No, Otto was expecting more. Honestly, boys near French by. Now me disappointed in them because I felt to say they could have gone for more. Kamal Dean, Titru Master, Kamal Dean, my brother, you need to up your game. And I didn't like the way he was playing. Or ball or drive it. But as a so releasing ball in term, because anytime we be an obem between 2 or 3 players who release it. No, I deny here near the ball they are shower their mouth. Maybe I want to the mutuals because winger there. What for one drive it, what cut it in. You release the ball, you position yourself very well, the ball will come back to you.
And no one say Partey Fabwa. And no once me say I'm on for a capate or more capate, but my memo attackers and abaso. Who say no more with Robert Japa? Why dream basso? Yeah. No more Piba, Inaki Piba, na Semenyo Piba, Kudus with the non na Onusu Piba. And once a man of options. The last time you chair party football, no, say the city, say the more person see mono, no, ultimate Africa, ultimate Sabona, Yabonano, because ultimate born and drive it.
Yeah,
so
and style.
And now on dribble,
yeah,
what you say, a passing. It is all football now. Numbers are or what I want to name no, and a party great a player. And into Arsenal was our numbers in the brilliant options in the door.
Exactly.
Because or pass it better than most of the midfielders we are seeing. In general, I mean, we say players in the Piaba, no, we are Piaba, no, we are Piaba. No, Emma, you one of party best games. I won't say almost say easy game there, but not a year because even about big game, grand or winning a Piaba. And money options in the more. Only a day about coming and you want to say, your long ball be a boko ibiano, not a yet.
Aye.
Say your ball longer.
Diagonal,
yeah.
I think that diagonal a starting game, no. Near per se used to diagonal snibbery. It's Jikufa. No, I told Edema Semenyo. No most Muhammad Salih so far. Now also so I told Eduko Inaki. That was the diagonal, but I agree. Na enko, it was only the short passes, na a flow. I think say it is one of those things. If Otuado picks up the video and starts analyzing, quickly he will get to know say diagonals na a very poor, of which we need to improve. I know sana say once I on say Thomas Partey swing passes no control, then we catch it child for no surprise by getting the ball to the wingers. But I think say pass nankasa na enko.
And at the back comments, so me realized I was good. And I said, whenever they tried those things and it wasn't working, quickly, Otuado to me, my man, and switching to a different style. It was one thing I think that worked for the Blackstars. How to adapt to different systems in one particular game. Say we approach Wayne Amedeko, Wayne Amebo Sisia. But the moment they're on them, fano, make me ask some and so game name, which is the game management. Results are it is good for Otuado and then the players too. And team bia make us say more ding baby now they are trials and that's all they are so and Chad yesterday was that perfect team. Now Blackstars they being here to do all these things. Now you better polish it going forward into especially the Central African Republic game because if you are baby right after this game we are moving on to a Central African Republic and the whole na real deal na nkasa so ye
but I think say a polish no all polish here who mistakes you can make the mistakes or the child game but some mistakes you cannot do it. I think say the midfield composition to call Madagascar we might have a problem.
Partey, Kudus,
Nyama,
these three. It depends on work anymore for me because anymore for me I hear you managing then I say team start to say you find Madagascar for start to say almost dominate central here because all team beat me about 4 3 and you find say obo Madagascar for bebo ombo 4-4-2 on the high
na omo wingers in bad more numbers and we don't have tacklers too, so
you need that one. I never go with my boy. This anymore for the year, Jumate.
Can that it will not come? And now, me will say, President, now walk on. Name for Me say Bako Jordan step up no Fred Kudus was late.
And I said
No. Make early stages in the movie. Ken, honestly, if we enter into a game expecting say we are going to have a flawless prisoner, I'm sorry, we are not going to do that. It will not happen. And when I say games be or to set chart, to set teams are say we dominate here. The midfield composition 100% right. But my point is say midfielders na ye dey kono. Since akoka Abu Francis mo na be won finfo because honestly Elisha na nam nim so call buy and kobebo in away games be like that. You know, she say coach headache ne pa no should be someone who is much a tackler because Partey controls the game. You know very well say Partey tackling be a bit of an issue kakra. And again my fear is that you Friday, you be Monday. We are not going to get that 100% from Thomas Partey. I'm telling you this. Note that.
Kwaku, talking about play on betting me affected and I said players, it is going to be dependent on what's coaching here. Say it will be a centrally or Thomas Partey. It won't fin one as a central midfielder and one partner party as a defensive midfielder. Francis Abu is going to be a perfect fit. Can this season the performance on a club level?
I didn't tell one person bonus. Opus will be a partner party when fin because football no and say yes we dey ba kwa ye tie Ghana and say obi obe tackle okay what tackle wajebo no dey what next and as I dey no my dream ba so what tackle wajebo no what next
next nya obi obe tackle kwa o tackle a ti normally no
so because I say ye obi a obetimi tackle obi obetimi tackle a rules you so you're careful on why and how they pay party and you're very very key and I've affected Ghana so many times partner you told be a kind of one same be say we no I told be a sa partnership no so why you more on some table on you be ba no omina boss na we nipa na ye dey na pair on the partner na no boss say eti partner je ball na some few meters na player na on na pair na ye den e wo ho omugina ho nti e ma ne ball na ye den e ye den enti say you're careful here say oh yem pedi for be or tackle me strikers na me woni say nkomo nya adwuma kakra nka ho enka sa 3 we are Edison coming through
okay so
sa 3 we are and no do omo agina mfimfio no enka me so because you be hit your opponent with sa 3 no Partey passes nuama drive ene ayemu Kudus board ultimi kura no creativity say ni mo for no e work hard e be come ho a you don't need some players no mugina defenders anima wajebo na wi na hu ba bi o de ball
but Ken Wadarimo minim those people saying ye here obi obetak minim their arguments but I think say so obi in my knowledge eka say ye here obi obetakla let me create a concept to you. Why is Declan Rice important for Thomas Partey? Why? Because Declan Rice had a physicality na beka Tommy game in home.
And again, sir, Declan Rice type on yedi be 18 CCA. Because the woman say what assistant football is say. Or drive a power or konenim pa. And no crabon na otimi move with the ball. What you say, but
who can Rice, right?
Rice as okay. But omo ye nyo omo ha no. Between omo ni party space ni e kakra bi. Dey mention what you say. Omo nyo obi ade ball no man obetimi drive with the ball. And it will make us say now say nuya manaba. Na ball na o ball no ba bi otu adwoje ne share because said the Bian Ederson ye dwen say yes you be hit your opponent. And say what we are of late your mentality say see ye show opponent na ya doso no do and na ma ye team na to bia na Inaki mo na Kudus mu nyina egu akire omo ye den omo defend no and na ye find a system with players na ekura omo no ekura no see yes you betima hit your opponent when we have the ball ye ekura ball na then ye be mo opponent na ye den asofa more da bia na ye dwen opponent ne say oh ye team no wenti see ekoyechi see defender etimi ball a game enu ankwa na ye hu ne sa Partey ewo ye area Mohamed Kudus ewo ye area ye left and right ye Semenyo na ye friend saying Inaki omo ye left back and right backs enti ebeje ball no na ye main striker Jordan baby ogina ye center circle you're more counter attacking football. Until you better your game, and as you win the game. And just my point in say your body say, team be a week. Ya jatomusa say young fan say child a week. And then I young share your strength. The bet me I their 80 teams. Not the be your mentality and say your compare game with your pedro, your pay because when it's central a Madagascar for you no come here come and say Omo almost drink Kudus mo.
Yeah.
Omo boy Inaki mudi.
Yeah.
Omo bobo. But you know besi ya na be gwechi.
Oh no, but
general na me hu sa de no. I feel like you way forward.
No, but Timmy Pacho Ken Wadaroma, I'm not sure if someone recommend a box-to-box midfielder to the Blackstars a defeatish approach.
Oh, boss to boss.
Maybe.
Since Ajima Badu, you're boss to boss.
Maybe Ken Wadaroma.
Maybe a question. Since Ajima Badu, you're boss to boss.
Says the son and saying, oh, now say Kofi better upgrade.
Yeah, Kofi the prayer.
Exactly.
Mama for Kofi Momenyazam.
Better
since Kofi. So
my GD na ne no so I pre-pra kakra. But my point is that you know very well say every 3-man midfielder no. Now a controller room in this case Thomas step Partey a controller. You will need someone who is a box to box who will bring physicality in the game. It is not just about defeatish approach, a balance of a team. And to say Obi recommended a box to box midfielder for a controller. Nipa Krono is rather trying to point to you that this is the balance and you defeat this approach. Your conversation is say, let me give you one example. If we had Kofi, would you say Yambo and Exonyama?
Yeah, Kofi or dear.
Mebo, Kobeka Sin Kayambo Yamana.
Kofi.
Aha, in what Jatu says, I didn't hear. Exactly.
Mention to Musi here because we don't have.
I want to tell you, would you do money and move on to the next conversation?
You better say Ibino.
Oh, tell me, or the Onga would treat him
forward, you know. And an American was him say, Ibino also can't feature, exceptional player. I say, oh, ma, and how be I get it. If imagine the crowd, but not me hear profiles and anything. Oh, me hear profiles now. I tell you, the way forward and ready.
Timmy, okay, well anyway, but say I want drink. I think say Miami last week okay, me pamucho Wadaroma last week. I am the first person who said say Yambo Miana me kind because I said say Kofon Bekuichi. We need Nyama in midfield. Me can say Yambo Partey Nyama Kudus. I said it last week. So it is not that I didn't like it. Maybe my son Swaka say it was perfect because I loved it. But my point is say, and yet the ideal midfield, we can only use this kind of setup and with teams that will sit back.
So now current players, and why now want to say to me?
That is why I'm saying, say, it is a convo coach, should analyze the game very well. Because, truth be told, Chad we are going away. Madagascar will try to also attack us. Because few times a Chad attack Yebiano, Yebre, Kamuno Crete. Few times we suffered.
Francis Abu. Yes.
Because you seem to have trust in that guy, eh?
Yeah, that is the same rule of ball circle brute.
Okay.
Yes. And it's all about confidence. So coach Libya Saji and Libya make us say national team call up and again. Your club level performance and the idea call up. It is what you are doing at your club. And you did also the fraud say national team never ball. And this season circle brute or boss our now why are consistent in the league. About 27 games or about 26.
Okay.
So there is that consistency.
But we obey change on Monday. One obey to me one change based on the annual AC and obey take risks. Say me drop player back with the player for phobia machine. Madagascar game. We from radio course.
Yeah, cause we don't change the winning team. No cry. But game be also an approach. It's baby I'm not it's an away game.
Okay.
It's in as much to say, you feel say you're Blackstars, say you both fear. And this will be dominated, yeah, necessarily attacking. I am sure say Madagascar for is also going to have that same mentality. coming into that particular game. I was say a map up a strategy. In as much as say a better can you bring up people when there is pressure on me to be supporting the defense.
Okay.
And the whole of we are doing.
I don't say my Kudus quick one na ye no come quick one be. Edu be na most Ghanaians fan say tini depend on Kudus but anyway you see you know. I just say you a lot of individual players even normal performance crab be dey bro e Kudus so. See ye nya team na ye as a team and ye individual because Edu be na say Kudus mu ye den na team ni nyina ya jegu. Na just a performance na nkobi. But anyway Antoine ye better chain no. Your friend is saying now on your Partey you more than by 5-6 players and me better change Kudus. I just say ye need be brave free Kudus so say ubeti make say ye boss team not individuals.
Ken, no matter what, we will need the individual and the go-to man.
Okay.
Which of course Mohamed Kudus, whether we like it or not. He be here no because game no ye dia we need his techniques.
Okay.
Kwanya say bia punu no atoa, we need someone to open. Kudus was our keys no. And he did not have an A game. But they bia meka say Messi we who game no so a. Wo na enka ni David Villa bi di ba ko nemu. What did they show you say? It is star players there. There are few times who game no so. The other players will have to take responsibility.
Okay.
And no, and as I say here, say maybe I could do Jina number 10 or no. This has always been my argument to say, Ken, Kudus number 10 no bono. And your position, I hope so man mark will be a F4. And nothing that nature's supporters in the Sukopama this season the performance no almost a day was say or number 10 every time we are born about Bedin Obiano 1 or 2 players are close to him.
Kopama di non kwano football man one mobile creating gas and oil. The modern more play the crew for the supporters and the team the supporters me who be as that. No even Messi.
Yeah, England one number 10 for one don't say any bochen.
Okay say anko yi kura na no mo de akosho obi. Say e yakwa we na. The ball na enye e na amako pama. Obo free kick say na ye pitch na. Say obo ball na anko yi na yare na no. E no no akra ka say na yare no de be de.
Kenny.
Mo de be bo. Ye onko fo bi ho.
Ken na
omo de chance no ko pama de misreo.
Ken. 2 years in here, 2 years in here. Papa 2 years in here. Number 10 do do say na abobo Papa Chenko Pama.
Catch me makama me de ko pama.
Ade obo nipa kono fi kra na mo se wasano kra no. The numbers here far better chain. Kofo na mo so mo so no. So my point is say Ken games ni bi wo ho a eno na me pese omu an komo Kudus ngina right wo for bare 30 minutes bi na me hwade because ba ko bia o call right wo no cutting who's or cutting or ball shot. Yeah. There are games say a man Maki Kudus for number 10 wa. Coach needs to direct the boys go to the left or go to the right. And one no obe have with the space, especially on the right one. No. So or cutting in or you dangerous or you powerful. Me watch what they meet you yasi. If we are not going to
I'm saying kete kakra sela na ball check kakra. Enra sote na swati. Omo nyina no ono nkwa na na ikura ball check because of the profile.
Exactly.
Swati kakra but I think say Bibri Sufi ono because players like that bako na we release it because we hear space. In the time be so making sure say obi pia ball na wa pe ba bi ogina be dey. Ebe bo ana so where you go na you share na Jordan ne your friend say. Enes one pass another back heel. Na create a space na dey. Ti sa ball na say Kudus ni nya ya nke easy.